Hey, how y'all doing? It's Wednesday, halfway through the week. I remember when I was younger and married and stuff, me and my wife would go different places, and there'd be times where I would just have such extreme anxiety, and I didn't understand it at the time. Like I said, I wasn't diagnosed neurodivergent until a few years ago and stuff, so I went through a lot of my life just not really understanding it. And that's a reason why I appreciate experiences now, because there's a lot of times where we had the opportunity to go and do different things, and my anxiety would kick in, and I had no idea why. At that time I was running around all wild and crazy and stuff. I was all up into everything and stuff, so there'd be those moments where I'd be like, why the heck do I have anxiety about going and doing something like that? That's nothing compared to all the crazy wild stuff I'm doing, and I never understood it, and I was kind of embarrassed about it because it didn't make no sense, and like I said, I had no way to explain it or understand it and everything. But I think there's a lot of people, a lot of us neurodivergents that are undiagnosed out there, that we lose out on a lot of experiences in life because of those things, because of not knowing the why and stuff, and having that anxiety and stuff. And that's why I appreciate experiences so much now. When I go out and do stuff, especially I do a lot of stuff by myself. I'm single and everything, so I've gone on vacations by myself, gone to movies by myself, gone to shows by myself, gone out to dinner by myself, done all that stuff. And that's something that in the past I probably would have been really had a lot of anxiety over. And it wasn't just after I got diagnosed that I started doing those stuff. I started doing it beforehand because I told myself I need and I want to experience these things, and the only way for me to actually experience them is to do them. And I kind of just pushed myself through that and stuff, and that's not the healthiest way, and it's not a long-term way to deal with it, but it is a way that sometimes you have to start. So I started going and doing all those stuff. I've been at Universal Studios for my birthday one year on my own and stuff like that, and I had a great time. I have a really great time and stuff, but it took me kind of pushing and prodding myself. But now I'm at the point, being diagnosed, having treatment, learning the tools, being in such a better mind state, that now it's less likely for me not to go and do something because of anxiety or something. Now it's more of just that, I enjoy so many different things that there's not any one thing that is like, oh, if I don't go and do this, I'm going to be missing out. I don't have that missing out anymore. So anyways, have an awesome Wednesday. You're an awesome, amazing human being, and I love you so much. Peace out. Bye.